In this video, we are going to continue with Chapter 2, Part 4 of the notes on Exercise 8. So in this set of notes, we are working on solving simultaneous equations by the elimination method. So here we have two equations again. Let's label them as equation number 1 and equation number 2. Now we notice that in both of these equations, we do not have a variable that has the same coefficient. So if you compare the x variable, we've got 3 versus 5. If you compare the y variables, we've got positive 7 and positive 2. So our objective is to make the coefficients of either x or y the same so that we can start our process of elimination. So our options over here is that we can make all the x variable coefficients to be the same, that is 15, we take the LCM, or we can make the coefficients of y to be the same, that will be the LCM of 14. Either way will work. So let's go ahead and make the coefficient of x to become 15. So in order to do so, we need our equation 1 to be multiplied by 5. So that gives us 15x plus 35y, that gives us 65. So we can call this equation number 3. And in equation number 2, we multiply it by 3 so that we get the same 15x plus 6y equals to 36. So that's our equation number 4. Now that the coefficients of x are the same, we can start the process of elimination. So you have option. You can take either equation 3 minus equation 4, or equation 4 minus equation 3. So do a little bit of forward planning. If you were to take equation 3 minus equation 4, you would end up with 35y minus 6y, which is a positive y. If you do it the other way around, you will end up with 6y minus 35y, which is a negative y. Both cases will still work. So do whatever is your preferred choice. So in this case, I'll go with equation number 3 minus equation number 4. So with enough experience, you know that you do not need to write down your 15x anymore because it is going to be eliminated. So you can skip that. But if you are still in the process of learning, gaining experience, just put it down. We take the entire left-hand side of equation number 3. So copy that down, 15x plus 35y. And now we subtract. So put on the minus. We're going to subtract the entire left-hand side of equation 4. So notice that I've already started with an open bracket. So 15x plus 6y. Without the bracket, it would be wrong because the sign for 6y will eventually be negative. So on the right-hand side, equation 3, 65 minus the right-hand side of equation 4, which is 36. So this results in 35y minus 6y, and on the other side, 65 minus 36, we get 29. So 29y equals to 29, y must be equal to 1, and we sub into any of the equations. So we can choose to put it into 1. So 3x plus 7 times of 1, that gives us 13. So 3x must be equal to 13 minus 7, which is 6, and x is equal to 2. So in summary, x is 2 and y is 1. Now, exercise 9, again simultaneous equation. Pause the video, give it a try. At least think through what you would like to do in order to obtain the same coefficient of either x or y. So after you have thought through, make sure you have your equations labeled as 1 and 2 first. In this case, I would like to make y the subject. I would like to eliminate y, since we eliminated x in the previous example. So in order to eliminate y, I will take equation 1 multiplied by 8. So this would result in 32x plus 24y equals to 0. So we'll call this equation number 3. Now in the second equation, I want to multiply it by 3. So I get 21x minus 24y equals to, now 53 multiplied by 3, we get 159. So that's our equation number 4. So you observe that in these two equations, we have a positive 24y and a negative 24y. So to recap, in order for our y variable to be eliminated, we are going to have to add equations 3 and equations 4. We have to add because the signs of 24y and negative 24y, their signs are different. If you were to subtract one from the other, you would end up with either 48y or negative 48y. So go ahead and give it a try. Convince yourself that the only way to eliminate when the signs are different is to add them up. So let's begin with the left hand side of equation number 3. 32x plus 24y. So carry on with the addition. So plus the right hand side, the left hand side of equation number 4. So since we're adding, there is no need to write the brackets because it doesn't affect any of the signs. So we have 21x minus 24y. On the right hand side, simply 159. So you can see that when we add 24y to negative 24y, they are eliminated, leaving us with 53x equals to 159. And therefore x has to have a value of 3. So we substitute into any of the equations. Let's just choose one. So 4 times of 3 plus 3y equals to 0. So 3y has a value of negative 12 and y equals to negative 4. In summary, x is 3 and y is negative 4. Same thing, exercise 10. Make sure you pause the video and think through how you want to solve this. So after you have thought through, same thing, call it equation number 1, equation number 2. Now, in order to eliminate, we've said before, we want the coefficient of either x or y to be the same. There are many ways that you can go about doing this. One recommended way is to remove all the fractions first. Okay, so that is what I'll demonstrate to you first. So equation number 1, let us multiply it by 6. So on the left hand side, x over 2, y over 3. On the right hand side, 5 times of 6. The reason why I multiply by 6 is because the LCM of the denominators 2 and 3 is 6. So then when you expand in, you end up with 3x plus 2y equals to 30. You can call this your equation number 3. Okay, so carry on, equation number 2. Let us multiply, so the LCM of 8 and 18 would be 72. So let's take 72 multiplied by x over 8 and y over 18. On the other side, 72 as well. Okay, instead of multiplying by the LCM, you can go ahead and make the denominators the same, cross multiply, you will still end up with the same result. So here we have 72x and not 72x, 9x plus 4y, we get 72. So equation number 4. Now we want to start the process of elimination. So we compare, okay, we've got 3x versus 9x. So yes, we can take our equation 3 multiplied by 3 in order to eliminate the 9x's. Alternatively, I see a 2y and a 4y. So I can also choose to take equation 3 multiplied by 2. So choosing between equation 3 multiplied by 3 or multiplied by 2, I think multiplying by 2 is a little easier. The numbers are smaller. So I'll go ahead with that. So 3 times 2 I end up with 6x plus 4y equals to 60. Call this equation number 5. Okay, so now my objective is to eliminate 4y, and I will take equation number 4 minus equation number 5. Left hand side of 4, 9x plus 4y, minus the left hand side of 5, which is 6x plus 4y, we get 72 minus 60. So on the left hand side we simply have 3x. On the right hand side we have 12, and therefore x must be equal to 4. So sub into any of the equations. Do we have something that is convenient? I think 3 is not bad. Sub into equation number 3. So 3 times of x plus 2 times of y is 30. So 2y is 30 minus 12. Y must be 18 divided by 2, which is 9. So x has a value of 4 and y has a value of 9. Okay, we will have exercise 11 as our homework question for today. Then we carry on to see how we can apply simultaneous equations in word problems. So here we have a trapezium, ABCD. AB is parallel to DC quite clearly, and they tell us that AD equals to BC. So that is an equation over there already. We also know that our angles over here, they have to add up to be 180 degrees. So reason is our interior angles parallel lines. So this is an example of how we can combine different topics into one question. Okay, so two equations. First, we start off with our AD equals to BC. So x minus y equals to y minus 20. Okay, so since they didn't specify, you can use either substitution or elimination. Now from here, I would like to make x the subject straight away. So x has a value of 2y minus 20. Okay, so we just add y to both sides, and that's our equation number 1. Equation number 2, the formation of the second equation would look like this. So 3y plus x equals to 180. So the reason is interior angles parallel lines. Okay, I chose not to write the units over here because we are interested in the numerical values of x and y. So let's call this equation number 2, and we sub 1 into 2. Alternatively, you see that got positive x, you can go ahead and use elimination also. So since I'm doing substitution, 3y plus 2y minus 20 gives me 180. So 5y equals to 200, y equals to 40. So sub into 1. So x has a value of 2 times of 40 minus 20, which is 60. So in summary, x equals to 60 while y equals to 40. Okay, so this is your next homework question. So for Monday's blended learning, we will have 2 homework questions, which is exercise 11 and exercise 13.